Dear colleagues, it is a pleasure to take part in the very first edition of this forum. I am sure it will be the first of a successful series. I'd like to congratulate the Italian authorities for this important initiative. In a moment where we see the return of war and dangerous ideologies, where some in the Kremlin seek to replace the rule of law by the rule of force, where differences are resolved through conflict and not cooperation, initiatives such as this one give us some hope. There are two ways of looking into the Mediterranean Sea: as a barrier that keeps us apart, or as a bridge that brings us together. I am definitely of the latter opinion. Our objective should be bringing the Mediterranean shores together into a truly integrated economic neighborhood. Our interdependence is undeniable. The opportunities and gains from working closer together are also quite clear, from shortened supply chains to diversification of energy sources, from investment opportunities to transfer of know-how and two-way mobility. And although the circumstances are different, we have similar challenges, from post-pandemic recovery to the green transition, from promoting innovation, youth unemployment, or combating youth unemployment, to food and fuel prices shocks, linked in particular more recently to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. In facing these challenges, we have a similar imperative, that of ensuring internal cohesion so that our societies, our territories are not left behind. Because if people feel forgotten and think their places are left behind, they may turn against the system, they will, which they identify as the cause. This is not just an economic problem. This is not just a social problem. This is an existential threat to the stability of any region and of our region as well. And this is why part of the solution among close neighborhoods needs to be a better neighborhood for all. None of the sides of the street can prosper if the other side is declining. To face these challenges, we need thriving economies, innovation, digitalization, keeping up with the modern world. Second, quality of institutions and quality of government. Third, making places attractive so that young people remain and the brains do not drain. Fourth, maintaining a sense of pride in the place we live and leaving no place behind. This should also be our priorities to promote well-being and development in our cooperation across the Mediterranean. So, what can the European Union do to promote these priorities of fostering cohesion within Europe and, in particular, in the Mediterranean Rim? First, use well and wisely the development opportunities from the key European investment funds. If we take the example of our host country, Italy, cohesion policy is investing 42.7 billion euros in Italian development. 70% of that investment is for boosting the economic and social resilience of the less developed regions in the center and the south. These investments, which have been provided also to other European member states, need to promote innovation, entrepreneurship, skills, education, training, social policy, and health. But as mentioned before, our work cannot stop at Europe's borders. Prosperity and cohesion need to be shared across the Mediterranean, and this is why we are creating opportunities for collaboration with partner countries. And I welcome your work, promoting more active involvement of these partnerships and of these partners. Our cross-border and transnational programs can be the fertile soil from which common solutions spring to address the similar problems we face. Europe is investing over 1 billion euros in cooperation programs involving southern European regions and their neighborhoods. cooperation across the sea helps to overcome geographical remoteness, isolation. It also helps people and businesses reach their full potential, creating networks among people, institutions, firms, helping them innovate, develop new products and services. In particular, the Interreg Next Med program focuses on cooperation among European Union member states and 8 partner countries from the Mediterranean area: Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt, Israel, Palestine, Lebanon, Jordan, and Turkey. This program will foster fair, sustainable development across the entire sea basin. One of the priorities of the Next Med program are green investments. Next Med will invest almost 100 million euros in the transition to a low-carbon economy. The program will also invest 73 million euros in innovation, small and medium companies' competitiveness, and sustainable growth, a contribution to reducing the high unemployment and poverty levels. In addition, the YEP Med project will promote youth employment, namely in ports, training 4,000 young people in areas of skill shortages. Additionally, the Green Impact Med project will invest 2.3 million euros in eco-innovative startups. These are just some examples of the actions of the European Union under cohesion policy to promote cooperation and development across the Mediterranean. This comes on top of our new agenda for the Mediterranean, launched early last year. This agenda will be underpinned by an economic and investment plan to spur the long-term socio-economic recovery in the southern neighborhood. Up to 7 billion euros will be allocated in the period of 2021 until 2027 for implementing this plan under the new European Union's Neighbourhood Development and International Cooperation Instrument. In conclusion, there is work to be done. Work in terms of development, building institutions, and a modern, dynamic, innovative economy. Strong institutions and a strong innovation system make a region and a country more resilient in particular to the crises, and there are so many, of our modern world. And they help keep brains in the region and keep people proud of the place where they live. There is also work to be done in cooperation, strengthening economic ties across political borders, creating good neighborly relations across the Mediterranean. Let us connect people. Let us create sustainable, long-term prosperity. Let us make the Mediterranean an even better place to live for all the people living there. Europe is ready to help with our investment funds, with our cooperation framework, but it is you, through initiatives such as this one, who will transform the Mediterranean into an area of dialogue and exchange, an area of cooperation, an area of collaboration, and an area of stability, cohesion, and shared prosperity. So, I sincerely wish you a fruitful discussion. Thank you very much indeed.